Hey everybody, this is Fernando from the Rollback Podcast, and you know what day it is? It is motherfucking Wednesday. I know, I'm back. The intro for the Wednesday Rewind sounds significantly better than the Saturday one. Let's just be honest here. For this Wednesday Rewind, I'm going to be taking a look at the Apple series, Ted Lasso. I know it just came out, in August, I believe. And you're kind of wondering, why is it considered a rewind? Well, I will tell you why. No one fucking watches Apple TV, or at least not anyone that I know of. And I have to tell you, it is a shame, because this show, along with Defending Jacob and Home Before Dark, are really fucking good shows. Granted, those are the only ones I've seen. I haven't really gone through their entire list of shows. The ones that I haven't seen, like Mythic Quest, Truth Be Told, I haven't seen them, so I really don't know if they're good or not. But I mean, so far so good on Apple for making these banger fucking shows. Ted Lasso is a really good fucking show with Jason Sudeikis leading the helm. And it's funny enough, so I remember seeing the trailer for it, and I had always kind of just kept pushing it back, that I was going to watch it, and things of that sort. And time came and went, and just never saw it. My brother suggested we watch it, and we watched it. I actually started watching it from episode 7. So I kind of had to backtrack and then finish it off. But holy shit, even starting off on episode 7, I was just like, man, this show is really fucking good. And good on Apple for kind of just flexing their muscles throughout the show. Where do we have to film? London? Nah, that ain't a problem. Let's just fucking film in London. And I guess because you can't really fake it, because the show's premise is an American football coach is basically hired to helm a European, English, football team. And he's hired under the guise of he's expected to fail. The owner of the team, she actually, let's say, won the team in her divorce with her husband, and out of spite, she wants to destroy the only thing he ever loved. But what she did not figure out is that Ted Lasso, played by Jason Sudeikis, is the most lovable fucking person you could have ever met. He is so, Ted Lasso in this show, he's the most positive person you will ever meet. Disgustingly positive. And I'm talking you want to punch him in the face, but you also don't, because he's such a nice guy. The funny thing is, the dude's so corny, so cheesy, and it's funny because my friends that know me, they're just like, well, isn't that the fucking pot calling the kettle black? And it's true. I'm a little cheesy at times. I'm a little corny, but whatever. But no, Jason Sudeikis in this role, is completely different from any other role he's done, in Horrible Bosses. I think the only other role that maybe kind of come close to this is when he plays the coach of Jesse Owens in Race. But that's pretty much it. Everything else is completely different from his repertoire. But no, this show is really well done. It's a very enjoyable show with a really great cast, and honestly, none of the cast I've ever heard of. I don't know if it's just the fact that most of them are English, but it's probably that fact, let's be honest. But the cast is fucking amazing. Hannah Waddingham as the owner, Junie Temple as Keely Jones, Brett Goldstein as Roy Kent, Brendan Hunt as Coach Beard, and then you get Phil Dunster as Jamie, you get Nick Muhammad as Nate, you get Jeremy Swift as Higgins. You just get a bunch of banger fucking actors in this show, and it really does show, holy shit, the thing that's weird is that now TV shows are not just, it's not relegated to just TV. You don't need, to be honest, you don't need cable anymore. and let's be even more honest here. Cable's not producing these hit shows that outside companies are producing. HBO's not a cable company. It's a subscription service. Showtime as well. But Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, Amazon Prime, man, they're really just pumping out the hits. And then you get another surprise hit, and I don't know. I say surprise hit. Maybe it was projected that it was going to be a hit, because I mean, Jason Sudeikis is a really good actor, and this show is just really well made, really well done. If anything, I want to say this show kind of reminds me of the Netflix show in Spanish called Club de Cuervos. If you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend it. It is fucking hilarious. Especially the ballad of Hugo Sanchez. It is, holy shit, that is some of the best comedy writing for a TV show ever. And that's because you might not understand it. You're going to have to use subtitles, but it just fucking hits. But no, this show was just really well done. I had been putting off watching it just for a while now, and then when I finally watched it, I was just like, holy shit, man. Like, I kind of regret not watching it. And I'm reading now, and it's just like, it got renewed for a second season, and it got renewed for a surprise third season already. So fucking season 2 hasn't even come out yet, but they already renewed it for 3. I mean, when Apple knows that they have a hit, they're fucking going for it. But it is nice to see the fact, like, that you don't really have to rely on cable to put out these shows. And I do have to say, like, these streaming shows are just way better done, because they're able to take the 45 minutes, they're able to take the hour and really flesh out a great story. But yeah, like, it really is astonishing that Apple has been doing really well in these shows. And granted, Apple TV is it's an up and coming streaming service, so I really hope it does well. But we also do get into the fact that is there too many streaming services? And you can make that argument. But I mean, as of right now, like, I highly recommend this show. The show follows this very optimistic Ted Lasso who had some success at the college level, and he gets hired to coach this Premier League football team in England. And it's all for the purpose of him failing. Ted Lasso as a character, he's so optimistic, he's such a nice guy, and he really wants everybody to just feel good. And you can really just tell off the bat on his repertoire. He's so nice to everybody. He wins over everybody in this fucking show that hates him, and rightfully so. Like, there's a scene where he's being interviewed by reporters about, like, why is he fucking there? He's a football coach from America, and yet he's coaching a Premier League football team. Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. And he wins over one of the journalists by taking him to dinner and just, like, being a completely nice guy. And he's also followed by his coach, Coach Beard, who pretty much follow him anywhere, played by Brendan Hunt. And you can tell, like, that these two have been together. The way that they work together, that they've just been together and they know each other's tendencies. The thing that's weird is that this first season, so to build a repertoire like that, where the two characters have this feeling that they've been working together for so long, they did a really good job at showing that. And then you get the football players. Brett Goldstein plays Roy Kent. He's the older football player on the team. He's the team captain, and he's pretty much a no-nonsense guy. You get Phil Dunster as Jamie Tart, who's pretty much the young hotshot who doesn't give a shit about anybody and will win at all costs. And you get to see these different dynamics of football players and Ted Lasso, like, intermixing, because they don't respect him whatsoever, because he is an American football coach coaching English football. So there's just a lot of butting heads, but he ends up winning over the team because he listens. He's a guy who likes to listen to people, and he really likes to find out how to make them better. That's his whole shtick. He just wants to make people happy. He wants to make them better. And he really does that really well in this show. I will say that. He really just fucking knocks it out of the park. Ted Lasso is what we should all aspire to be. He's just such a fucking good person. And one of the things right off the bat is that there's a new player, and he's from Nigeria, I believe. And no one's really, like, talked to him. Like, he feels homesick. And he really just goes out of his way to get the team to really accept this guy and just make him feel at home, to make him feel like he's wanted there. Because he also realizes the one thing that we all fail to realize at some point, especially when we are in a team building aspect, like a situation, and it's not just one person. That's where the character Jamie Tart fails to realize. He fails to realize that he needs to be a part of this team, but he just doesn't want to. And so Ted Lasso's whole shtick is to make everybody buy into it. That, hey man, we're a team. We have to be a team. And he really does that job very well. Some coaches, being in sports for a good part of my life, some coaches do it really, half-ass model of doing this. But he does it really well, and he's able to get these players on his side. He's able to get the owner on his side. He's able to get the media on his side. He's able to get the fans on his side. And I don't know if you know this, but English football fans are fucking nuts when it comes to soccer. So for them to accomplish this feat is amazing. But I don't really want to give away too many spoilers. The ending was awesome. I loved it. Mostly because I really wasn't expecting it. But yeah, again, I don't want to spoil everything. So I really just want to give you my insights that I really do feel like you all should watch this show. But yeah, that's it. This is Fernando from The Rollback. This is your Wednesday Rewind. So please check out our written reviews on our website. Please check out our reviews here on YouTube, iTunes, Google, Spotify. I know we got iHeartRadio, some other ones as well. They're all going to be in the link tree below. Just check them out. You'll very much enjoy them. I'm Fernando. This is your Wednesday Rewind, and this is The Rollback. Cut it.